house. I want to start this off by apologizing for no episode last week. The week was it was just so busy with work, I was exhausted and so excited for my parents to come. So I was preparing some things and just getting ready for a great time and great weekend with my parents. And I just thought, you know what, it's not a big deal to skip a week. Yes, I was actually a little bit sad to skip a week, but I knew that all of you would understand. So it's crazy that it's been 2 weeks since I've last recorded because the time has really, really flown. The previous week, I got a lot of knitting done. But since my parents have arrived, I've hardly knit on anything. And you know what? That's okay. I don't have a huge problem with that because we've been so busy. We've been doing so many fun things. But I'll talk about that later. And let's just hop right into the knitting. So I finished one of my socks. Here it is. This is the Zauberball in the, in the Fall Wind colorway. I love it. I really like these. I initially wanted to, I thought that this would be a great skein of yarn to knit up a pair of socks for Robert, my husband. And I asked him if he wanted a pair of socks, and he said, no, I just want tweed socks. That's all that I want. He really loves this Regia tweed yarn. I don't know if I've told you guys this, but he lost that pair of socks. I'm pretty sure I did. So he doesn't have any handmade tweed pair of socks that I've knit him. So I will knit him some more socks in the future, some Regia tweed socks. And anyway, after he saw this, he thought they were really nice. And I think that he kind of wished that he would have thought to have me knit him a pair of socks with this yarn. Like I said, I love it. I'm 100% sure that these will be a pair of socks. I think these are my top 3 favorite socks. I just really like the rustic look of them. Once again, no ends tied in. But I just love the rustic look of them. These totally remind me of Rachel from The Hungriest Knitter, her podcast. I know I talked about this yarn reminding me of Melinda. And it does, in a way. Now that it's knit up, it doesn't remind me so much because I see that there is a lot of blue in it. But these really remind me of something that Rachel would love because Rachel, you're always talking about how you really just love rustic yarns. And this is 100% a rustic yarn. I love that it has this hand-spun feel to it. It's just so pretty and neat and versatile and wearable, I personally think. Because as I've talked about, I'm not really into these very bright and vibrant, colorful sock yarns. I'm just not. I really like more subtle and rustic looking sock yarns. And I love this. I really love this. I have done it with the Fish Lips Kiss heel, and I've really perfected it now. As you can see in just a minute, I have started my second sock. I'm quite a bit into it. And I have knit all the way up to the heel. I'm right at the heel right now. So I've done the first row of the Fish Lips Kiss heel without looking at the pattern, mind you. And I'm pretty sure I don't have to look at the pattern. I may have to look at the pattern when I get to the part where you need stitch markers. But we'll see. We'll see if I remember how that goes. But I'm enjoying it. These are really flying off the needles. And I hope to have them finished next week. If not, no big deal. I'm using my new Carbon's double pointed needles. I ordered them super... I think I got them within a week of ordering them. I am in love with them. These are, I have circulars in my Carbons. I have double points. I have the sock double points, the set, which I'll talk a little bit more about next week actually, because these came in the sock set and I absolutely love them. And now I've ordered the 8-inch. So these are the 6-inch, the sock set is what this is, and then I've ordered the 8-inch set because I love these so much that I then realized, okay, I need the next size in them. I just love them. They're so fantastic. They click phenomenally. As you know, I love that click. It reminds me of my grandma. It reminds me of my childhood. And I just think, I love it. It's just such a homey, comfy, cozy feeling to hear that click. It makes me so happy. And they're just so smooth to knit with. When I was knitting with them, my mom said, those are a fancy looking needle. And I let her look at them and I showed her the cases and the sets, and she was really impressed. Obviously she's not a huge knitter, so she doesn't know a lot about different knitting accessories, but she saw them and she thought that they looked really nice. And I think they do too. They're very sleek looking, and they're just so durable, and I love using them. It is such a joy to knit with my Carbons needles. I can't say any more things about them. I have a lot of Clover bamboo needles because that was what I first knit a lot with. That's what I always knit with. I loved bamboo needles. And I worked for a knit shop years ago, I would say 10 years ago. And I helped her close down the knit shop, which was very sad that it could no longer stay in business. But I helped the owner close down her knit shop, and in turn, she gave me basically a store credit. So I helped her close it down, and I got a lot of money worth to basically buy a whole set. Every single double point, every single 16-inch, 24-inch, 32-inch set of circular needles. So I don't know what I will do with those. Do you have an idea? I mean, yes, I could definitely hold on to them for emergency situations where I need needles, but I feel like it's kind of gluttonous to hold on to these needles that I actually never use now that I have my Carbons. I never want to use anything else. They're perfect. For me, Carbons are the perfect knitting needle. I can't say anything bad about them. So I also will be getting some 60 centimeter long circular needles in 2mm and 2.5 millimeter for the Magic Loop, because I want to see how they work for the Magic Loop, as I've told you guys. Because I was knitting these with my Addies on the Magic Loop. I hated it. And I think the next day after I podcasted, I got these and I switched over immediately. So that is that. And I'm using my Such Wonderful Stuff micro markers. This is the extended pack. And I use those once I get to the Fish Lips Kiss Heel. So here are all of the ridiculous amount of stitch markers that you get with those. And I love them. Those are cute. It's just fun when you're using different projects to pick which 2 colors I want to use for my heel. I enjoy doing that. So I'm knitting that project actually for the sock knit along. And we have some fun prizes for the sock knit along. And here is what they are. So the prizes are donated by Rock and String Creations. And she has a fantastic code in her shop, a coupon code, and it's Molly, M-O-L-L-Y. And you get a wonderful discount for that code. So she is giving away a skein of fiber. So one of the winners of the sock knit along will get a skein of fiber. And then they will get a soap. This is the sock soap, or any woolen wash basically from Tuft Woolens. And one of them is the lavender scent, which is one of my favorites. And then you will get the purple buttons. Whoops. The purple buttons from Fascination Studio. And then the other winner will get this gorgeous skein of wool. It's 100% superwash merino. And that's also from Stick and String Creations. So pretty. And then you also get a scent, the Mossy Woods scent from Tuft Woolens. So wonderful smelling. That's the one that I've opened and used for my wool wash that I've been washing lately. And then these cute buttons from Fascination Studio. And yeah, so those are the 2 prizes that I will be giving away to the winners. Well, they're not really winners, that sounds ridiculous. To the 2 random people who are drawn as winners, who win those prizes in the sock knit along that's going on this month, which is super exciting. We've had so much participation, just as I hoped, just as is so exciting. And this past week, since my parents have arrived, you will notice that I am not as vocal in the boards as I would like to be, but I know, of course, that you all understand that my mom's here, that my dad's here, and that we're just spending time together. So it, of course, is hard to sit and look at the computer all the time and respond. I look at my phone from time to time and read everything that you guys are posting on there and like what you're posting and love what you're posting, but to actually post a big reply is just a little bit more difficult. I want to be in the moment with them and spending moments and making special memories with them while they're here, rather than spending time on the internet, if you understand that. The next thing that I made is oh, I didn't even finish this. That's crazy. I really thought that I finished this. Did I? Wait, let's see. I'm kind of shocked if I haven't finished this. I didn't. This is also on my Carbons needles. These are the 2.0. I'm 1 row away from finishing. So is my Bird of Happiness. This is the second one that I've knit, and I can show you the first one. I am very shocked that I have not finished this. So here is the first one that I finished. And I fill these with lavender. I really love them. They smell really nice. I gave my Grandma Sue the pattern because she wants to make them desperately. She thinks they're adorable, and I said from the beginning that they reminded me of her. And these are such quick knits. It's so fast. You can whip one of these up in about 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, and they're just fun. They're so cute. They're nice little gifts to pop in a little present, or just to give to someone who maybe needs a smile. I just think they're really sweet. So I'm enjoying knitting those, and I have my little project bag, and inside of my project bag is my little thing of lavender from Sue-Ann, and then just my bag of my natural wool, and one of my soaps from Tuft Woolens, because as I've mentioned before, I'm into scenting my project bags with the soaps from her that I haven't used yet. Oh, and the yarn, sorry I didn't mention that, but the yarn that I'm using is from Nature's Luxury, and it is the Farouche base, which I just adore. It's just as the name is. It is very luxurious. So super nice. And let's see if I can see what the mixture of this is. It's 65% silk and 35% baby camel. And she hand dyes her yarns. So this is the Terra Venom colorway. The red one is. And then I will be knitting up more of those in the inky colorway from the Bliss A base, which is what I knit my mom's shawl in, which I gave to her for Mother's Day. And you'll get to see her later in this episode because someone asked a little bit about her. So I thought, why not? She is a big part of my life. Sure, she doesn't knit anymore, but how fun to have her be in the episode. This is a kind of a family podcast in a way. I talk about my grandma a lot, and you've met her, so why not meet my mom? And the next thing that I've been working on, and so I've just been enjoying working on this a lot. This is very, very therapeutic knitting for me. And it's something that I am enjoying beyond anything. Not really. But it's just been very therapeutic. Therapeutic, why? I don't know. But it's wonderful. It's so enjoyable knitting on this. So I'm knitting with the Decadently Divine fibers. She is advertising a lot on Ravelry, I've noticed, and she did some giveaways in our last giveaway. Well, 2 giveaways ago. And I love her yarn. I love this yarn that I'm knitting with. It is the Decadent Sock in Superwash Merino, and it's a Squash Blossom colorway. So this is how it looks. It's a really beautiful kind of yellow, mustardy yellow with, it just has green undertones, but it's very, very yellow, squash looking. And I'm knitting my shawl out of it. I've shown this to you before, and I'm not really going to show you my shawl because, as you know, it's a special design that I'm designing, but I will quickly show you the back side. So I have got quite a bit done. I've got a lot done. I would say I am almost halfway finished with it. And I am I'm so loving knitting this, you guys. It's so much fun. You know that I tried out this shawl. I had already almost finished it. And it just didn't work. I was using it in a way too colorful colorway, and I was just kind of sad that it wasn't working out. But it turned out for the best because the shawl is completely different than what I designed to begin with. It's completely different design, and I love it 5,000 times more. This is exactly what I want it to be. I can't think of anything better than the way that it is now. So I think I can see that this pattern will be finished soon, by the end of spring. I hope. That would be fantastic. And I think, so this is my idea. No, I'm not going to tell you guys. I will tell you guys later. It can be a little bit of a surprise. And I have my Cozy Memories blanket sitting here, but I'm not sure why, because I haven't knit anything on it. I know that I started to use this yarn from Sue Ann, but I had to rip it out because I picked up the stitches wrong. I think I was halfway finished with the square, and I had to rip it out, which was a little bit frustrating, but I haven't knit anything on it. But for those of you who are new viewers, this is my Cozy Memories blanket and what it looks like. Just a fun, special project. And the reason I call it my Cozy Memories blanket is because each little square is very special. Each little square has a story behind it, and they're left over from different things that I've knit. And I asked you viewers if you would like to send any yarn in for my Cozy Memories blanket, and I'll give you my P.O. box, and I will knit your memories from your leftover projects into my Cozy Memories blanket, because you're a part of my whole knitting journey and a part of my life now, because I'm sharing my life and my knitting story with you, and so many of you are sharing your knitting stories with me, which is just fantastic and so exciting. So that's all that I am working on at the moment as far as knitting goes. While we're on the subject of the Cozy Memories blanket, I'll talk about some of the packages that I've received this week. So I received a package from Elizabeth, and she sent me 2 very special skeins of yarn. And I'm not going to share the stories behind any of this yarn that is sent to me, simply because they didn't give me permission. So if you're sending me yarn and you want me to tell the story that goes along with your yarn, I would love to do that, because I think that's very special. So here's this one. And her stories are very moving, and I'm very happy to be able to knit them into my blanket. She actually recommended that I knit a toy for Elodie with this one. I think there's enough for a square and then a toy, which is neat that she sent me enough for something like that. And then she sent me her favorite tea, which is from Famous Teas, from Fortnum and Mason. Famous Teas Royal Blend. She sent me 2 of these, but I already had one, and it was really delicious. I enjoyed it. So Elizabeth, you have good taste. I like your favorite tea quite a bit. So thank you so much for sharing with me. And then, how sweet is this? She sent me, there was one episode where I talked about how I have dry hands and my hands have been so dry lately. And she sent me a sample of the Lolo Bars Lolo Love hand cream. And this is the Lavender Lil, maybe because it's a small one. And it's a hard soap. It smells beautiful. It smells so wonderful. And it's perfect for knitters because it doesn't leave a thick, greasy, just coating on your hands. I love it. Like I've mentioned, these sorts of things they remind me of my grandma. When I open it, it reminds me of something that my grandma would use and something that my grandma would love. And the smell reminds me of her. And then, this is really cool. And then she sent these 3 earrings. So here's a pair of earrings. And 2 of these are for me to give away, which is so fun. Some little bee ones. And then some flower ones. Aren't they gorgeous? I think they're absolutely stunning. I squealed with joy when I saw these. I thought they were really, really pretty. And they're all so different. So I guess a friend of hers makes these, and she has an Etsy shop. And I think they're absolutely stunning and such beautiful work. And they're really nice for people who have sensitive ears, because in the back, instead of having the silver, they have that kind of thick rubber. I don't know if you can see it, but it's what I actually prefer to wear on the back of my earrings. So that's so nice. So thank you so much, Elizabeth. It's just ridiculously sweet of you. So I'm going to pop those all back into the package. And then I got another package to use in my Cozy Memories blanket. So I got this one from Paula, and she sent me these 2 yarns for my Cozy Memories blanket. I wanted to mention something. In the last episode, I said that the Cozy Memories blanket took 3 to 4 grams, but that is not true, because the last yarn that I used for my Cozy Memories blanket that was sent from a viewer, she wrote me and told me that she sent me 6 grams. So I think 3 to 4 is way too much. So she sent me this one, and then she sent me this one. They're both very different. The twist of the yarn is so different, but they're so pretty. They're such pretty springtime colors. Colors that I really love, and they're both so soft and luxurious. And then she sent me, okay you guys, how cute is this? I've already used this little sheet measure from Lantern Moon. I don't know what Lantern Moon is, but it's from Lantern Moon. Handcrafted, it says. So how adorable is that? I love it. I think that's so super fun. So I love that. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Elizabeth. You guys are amazing. I love those little packages. You didn't have to send all of those extra things. For those of you who are sending things for the Cozy Memories blanket, don't feel obliged to send extra things in the package. The yarn is more than enough. That's so fantastic of you. Okay. I also received another package this week from my good friend Helga. She sent a package before, and she sent me another one. We're more so pen pals, where we write a little, or she sends a package, I send a package. So now it's my turn on putting together a fun package for her. And let me show you what she sent. So she sent me the teacup that I'm using, which Helga, you seriously know my taste to a T. It just boggles my mind because this is beautiful. And I feel so special. I'm not going to tell the whole story behind this teacup because it's Helga's story. And but this is a special teacup because Helga has the same teacup and saucer set, and she found this one, and she thought that it would be really special if we had the same ones, because I've commented that I love her teacup, and how neat is it that she found the same exact one and gifted it and sent it to me. That makes this one so special. And look at the handle. It's such a different looking handle. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I feel blessed to have it. I've been using it most mornings since I've received it. And then she sent this. I think this must have gotten ruined in the mail. This really adorable little card. Elodie loves Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and Minnie. And so she sent this adorable little card. And then her son EJ wrote a note on it. How sweet is that? She posted a picture of Instagram of him writing this, and he's just a doll. He's so adorable. So she sent some little gifts for Elodie. These aren't knitting related, but just some fun little animal crackers, which she's snacked on. There's still some in there. She loved them. She thought they were really tasty. And then this, I think this is so cool. I would like a couple of pots of these just for myself. So it's a little hippo, and it's ceramic. No, it's really nice, well-made material. And then it's just a little grow kit. So you pour some water inside, and then the dirt fluffs up, and then you get to plant the seeds all by yourself. It's just a fun, quick little project for the child to learn about gardening. And we just did it yesterday, and you can see that the grass is already sprouting. How just unreal is that? How fun is that? It was such a perfect idea, Helga. So sweet. So she sent that to Elodie as an Easter gift. Now I know Easter was a little while ago, but mail takes a little longer getting here. So then she sent me, in these little Easter eggs, some yarn for my Cozy Memories blanket. This is a really, really cool shade of black. So here it is. And she said that this is from EJ's Christmas pullover that his Aunt Megan made from her. And this is from Mad Tosh, which is really cool because I've never used Madeline Tosh before. So that will be fun. And then she sent me one more. It's a pretty big ball, this one is. And this looks really cool. Oh my God, you know what I've just realized? Well, she wrote what each little ball of yarn is on old pieces of fabric. And this is one that she actually used, I'm almost positive, in a quilt that she made for her son. Look at their little baseballs on the front. And she said this is left over from self-striping socks, knit for 2012 World Series Giants game. That is awesome. Helga, you are so cool. I love that we're pen pals and sending each other just fun things and sharing stories with each other. That's one thing that I challenged Helga to do in our letters, is to be more serious with each other and to share our lives more with each other, because I'm not really this person who wants to have kind of meaningless and pointless conversations with people. I like to be more deep and share more real life things. I'm not into these fake material conversations for the most part. If I want a friend, I want to have really, really close friends. Okay. So then she sent me this gorgeous skein of yarn. So this is from, I think that I have a really hard time figuring out what the name of the company is. I think it's Hermione Jean Creations. And this is maybe, the color is Mermaid Sock, I would guess. Or it's Confundo. I don't know, but she said this is one of my favorite indie dyers. Enjoy, love me. And this is such a pretty blue, such a pretty aqua blue. This reminds me of Jenna from Retro Lemon Studios. I can see her really liking this color. And then she sent me, so cool, some Japanese made cotton. Really pretty, really, really beautiful with the birds. This is another one that reminds me of my grandma. She really likes these nature prints. And then she sent me this card, and I really like what it says on the front. So it says, live simply, expect little, give much, fill your life with love, scatter sunshine, forget self, think of others, and do as you would be done by. So that's really sweet. And then she wrote me a lovely letter. So that is the wonderful package from Helga. I wanted to show you guys, this is some yarn that I bought when I was in Brena 2 weeks ago, which is where Robert's family lives in near Leipzig. And I got this yarn. This is that little yarn shop that I talk about, where they have wool that is like half the price here, what it is here in Berlin. And so I picked up this one. I thought it's just a neat colorway. Fun self-striping with this random Fair Isle. I'm curious how it knits up. I don't think it's amazing, but because it's so cheap, I always feel like I have to buy a skein of sock yarn there. I wanted to buy this Regia tweed yarn that I love, but they don't have it there, and she's never had it before. And so I told her about the Regia tweed sock yarn, and it's so crazy because I told her that I liked it and I really want to knit with some, she's going to order a couple of different colorways, which boggles my mind. Because first of all, summer is coming and she's buying tweed yarn. I even told her I wouldn't buy it until the winter. And you have to buy 10 skeins of each yarn. And I think she's maybe getting 5 different colorways or something. And she is a really, really small yarn shop. I hope that it does all right for her. I don't know. I think it's the wrong time to buy tweed yarn, but anyway, I'm excited that she's going to be getting it. I'm so curious what she will price it at. If she will indeed price it at the same price that they priced this yarn here in Berlin, which is, I think it's about 13 or 14 euro. And I'm hoping that she prices it for 7 to 9, which would be really nice. But we'll see. She said that she'll probably have it by the next time we go. And we will be going there within the next days. We plan to go and visit them. So this will be there the next time that we visit. The Regia tweed will. So I have some new yarn that I've also received. And this is so beautiful. This is from Artist Palette Yarns, and this is the Smooth Sock yarn. That's what the base is called. And let's see if I've forgotten what the colorway is called. I think she wrote it in the note. Let's see. It's Taste Water. It's really pretty. I really love it. It's such a lovely light blue. And it's beautiful, I think. Let's see, there are 425 meters. It's called Verdigris. Verdigris, I think. I can't tell if that's an N or an N. And it's 75% wool, 25% nylon. It's hand painted in Worcestershire, England. It's gorgeous. So it's a UK based dyer. And I think it's phenomenal. This is top quality product. She sent me two skeins of yarn, or 2 skeins of fiber, I'm sorry. And this is the Glen colorway. This is Tazewater wool. And it's stunning. It's a really different fiber. It's very rustic. Very, very rustic feeling. I'm so in love with this. She dyes her yarns and fibers unlike anything. Her colors are so different. Her color palette is just it's beautiful. It's really pretty. So this one it's a really crazy mix. It's grays and beiges and sage, sky blue, aqua, marine. This is just an absolutely stunning braid of fiber. And then she sent me this one, which is so soft. This is just like heaven, like silk, like a cloud in your hands. And this is also so beautiful. She just has these really silk-like looking fibers, and the way that she dyes them is just such a soft but very vibrant, pretty look. So these would be probably, this is just going to be so beautiful. This is 80% superwash merino and 20% bamboo. And this is the pink tourmaline colorway. So I'm looking over here because my mom is sitting out on the balcony, just reading and drinking some Apfelschorle, which is one of her favorite German drinks. It's just kind of like an apple juice, but with fizz inside of it. She loves it. That was one of the things that she was really looking forward to when she comes here to Berlin, is drinking that. So now let's have you meet my mom. All right. So here is my mom.
Hello, I'm Molly's mom, Heidi.
Yes, Heidi. And she's wearing the
Yes, the very nice
the
shawl.
Raven's Nest shawl that I made her and gave to her for Mother's Day. Do you like it?
It's very nice. I like it very much.
Good.
It's really pretty color.
Yeah, yeah. Does it look the same as you thought that it did on the podcast?
Oh yeah, it looks really nice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, the Artsy Knitter, that's your name. Sorry, I was trying to think about who had asked the one person who asked a lot of questions about my mom. They're curious. How did you get into, what were the first sort of handcraft things that you did and got into?
Oh, well, when I was first married, I did some cross-stitching. I cross-stitched a few pictures. I've made pictures for family.
What kind of pictures did you make?
For gifts. I made a small sampler for myself.
What kind of a sampler was it? Can you remember what was
on
on
it?
it?
It was a kit. No, it had...
Do you remember what it said?
God Bless Our Home, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I have it in our hutch at home.
Really? I'm sure I've seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
And then it had little border around it?
A border around it, a man and a woman.
Ah, like pilgrim style. Are they kind of pilgrim looking or no?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I must
but
be
I can
picturing
take a picture of
something
it and send it to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you made a sampler when you were first married?
I made a lot of Christmas ornaments, small ones, just small circular Christmas ornaments.
Like Scandinavian style, aren't they? Kind of? Like they say God Jewel and...
Some do, but Otherwise, they would just say Merry Christmas or have pictures of a Christmas tree and birds.
What made you interested in doing that? Did you just think one day, oh, I want to start doing some cross stitch? Or did Grandma give you some supplies?
My mom made a lot of crafts, so that was why I wanted to make
Which
crafts.
is Grandma Sue is her mom.
Right.
She's not my, yeah, that's my mom's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Did she give you the supplies can you remember? Do you remember? She gave you
Vaguely,
the supplies
probably.
For a birthday, or she just said,
I
did you
don't
ask her?
remember. I don't remember.
Mhm.
She probably gave them to me. Perhaps I asked her.
Did you?
She supplied me with probably most of the craft supplies that I had.
Mm-hmm. And why did you stop? How long did you do that for? Did you make it just for yourself? Did you give them as
No, I
gifts?
gave gifts to people. I've made a small picture for Grandma, both grandparents, and my sister. And that was a Thanksgiving picture that I made.
Mm-hmm. What made you want to do it, though? Do you know?
I thought it looked nice. I like the look of cross stitch.
Uh-huh.
I did some embroidery. I made an embroidered pillow. And
You did? That Grandma has. Grandma has it, doesn't she?
I don't know what happened to it.
I'm pretty sure Grandma's shown it to me.
Mm-hmm. I made, it has tulips on it. Grandma gave it to me. I made it for her, and then she gave it to me.
She made the back. She sewed the back
She sewed
onto
it together because I cannot sew.
Uh-huh.
Well, I could if I wanted to.
Yeah. She sewed velvet on the back or something.
I think
Some
a
really pretty
green
greenish
velvet.
gray.
She
It's really pretty. If you guys could see it, you'd be impressed.
she sews very nicely.
No, the embroidery
Oh, the
that you
pillow.
did with the tulips. The tulips they're like tonal tulips. It's not just like a pink tulip. It has a couple of different colors in the tulips. Kind of modern looking, I think, isn't it? Kind of.
I don't know.
If I'm remembering the right one, I'm pretty sure I am with the greenish gray background. And you did that when just Daniel was born, my brother.
That's when I made crafts. Was when just Daniel was small. When you and Amy came along, I didn't feel I had time.
When did you do it? When Daniel was born?
I was a switchboard operator at a AAA motor club. So I
didn't even know this.
So I would answer phones all day long, and I could needlepoint while I was answering
Really?
phones.
That's when you did it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's why you wanted to do it? Were you bored sitting there and you weren't interested in reading books, or?
I don't think I could have read books while answering the phone, so it was something I could do.
So you had a headset on. How could you concentrate on that while?
I don't remember.
You didn't do it at home. You didn't do your cross
I did
stitch?
it at home too. Mm-hmm.
Crazy. So, why did you stop then? Because we were born?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Really? You don't remember stopping?
Not really. I just eventually fizzled out. I didn't love doing it. I got tired of it.
Did you enjoy it when you first started?
I liked making the finished products.
So you enjoyed the finished product more than the actual work of it?
I like to make it, but I liked to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
I like to have it done.
And so you stopped when we were born, would you say that was about the time?
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't even remember how this happened,
Well,
I would say maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, was it, that you kind of...
You talked me into knitting.
I did?
So I thought I would try it again. I knit a few things when I was a little girl. My mother must have taught me because I made maybe a scarf or tried to.
For who? For your doll, maybe?
I don't remember. But there was a scarf pattern that Grandma would make with the squares.
Basket weave stitch is what it's called.
So we always had a scarf that was that type of scarf.
Mm-hmm.
We had scarves and mittens that would match our jacket.
Always Grandma made. Did she make you a new one each year?
Well, when I would get a new jacket, I would get a scarf, hat, mittens to match.
Did you get to pick out your jacket when you
I
would get a
believe
new
so.
jacket? So then would you say, I want it to be yellow? Would you get to pick out the color of your scarf? You know, because sometimes a jacket is two-tonal or...
Right. I had... The one that I do remember was a ski jacket in 8th or 9th grade. It was navy ski jacket with the collar had green, yellow, and orange stripe.
And what color did you get your matching scarf?
I don't know that I had the scarf, but I had the mittens that matched and a hat. I might have had a scarf.
Did the hat have a
Probably
pom-pom?
Probably.
What color?
I don't remember that. I just remember the
Really?
mittens. I have the mittens still.
What do they look like?
I have 2 pair because I had 2 pair of mittens. One are navy that matched the coat they were navy, and then they had a orange, yellow, and green stripe here. And then the others were completely orange, yellow, and green striped.
Those sounds bit.
Mhm.
Did you think they were
very cool?
at the time? They were.
They still would be.
Yeah, Mom always says that my grandma dressed her very well, or she made you really cool things.
She made me
and-
very nice clothes up until 5th grade. Then I felt I was too old for handmade clothes.
Really, you did? You told her you didn't want her to make them, or?
Well, I was in 5th grade, so I don't remember exactly. It was just I wanted boughten clothes then. I wanted boughten mittens then.
Oh.
But we still had handmade mittens. I liked the handmade mittens.
And she still makes you handmade mittens. So anyway, you started. I talked you into knitting, and you made. I have some things, a couple of things. I think this was maybe the first thing that you knit. Would it be?
Well, I didn't knit very many things.
I have a. She also knit me a red scarf, but that's down with all of the other scarves because I have a thing of scarves that I don't wear as much. This is one that I wear often. You can tell it's. So it's this is a Debbie Bliss. The cashmerino is this, the purple, and then she added the pink in the middle. I don't remember what yarn this is.
It was just some really pretty yarn that you had.
Yeah, it's a 100% wool is this one. I know a lot of people use this for felting. This is a yarn that is from the wool shop that I said that I worked for. I worked for wool. This is when I worked for Knitwit with Wendy, her shop, in Cambridge.
Oh, in Cambridge.
When she was closing down the shop.
Mm-hmm.
And
what is that stitch? Is that a garter stitch?
yeah, it's a dropped stitch. Something must have happened. Yep, this is just the garter stitch, but I've worn it a lot. And Elodie wears this sometimes too.
If I would make another scarf, which I might do that, I would use the simple stitch because I don't like to have to count and I'm afraid I'm going to mess it up. So that would be a nice stitch to make a scarf with.
For a beginner, you would say.
Mm-hmm.
Just in general, yeah.
I may make another scarf.
Yeah, you enjoyed it?
I would like to make a scarf with a really small, fine yarn. It might take a while.
Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember when you knit this, you actually said that you thought, oh man, this is taking forever.
Mm-hmm.
Can you remember that? Because I've talked about this before, that I think a scarf is actually generally not a good project at all for a beginner because it gets so boring and it can throw people off like, man, this is taking forever.
Right.
But
I would want to make a scarf because it's something you can wear a lot. It would get a lot of use.
and if you really love the yarn, then it's such a joy to knit with. Like this, I loved.
Yes,
See, Mom,
it's very
she has a
soft.
shawl that's just full of love because that whole thing I loved. You guys know this, and I'm sure you've heard about it. How fun it was to knit, or how neat it was to knit.
Right.
Yeah. So this is the one scarf that she's made, and then she made a couple of these at one point. This is from the book Last Minute Knitted Gifts, and it's just a felted makeup pouch. And well, I guess I'm not going to open it. My makeup looks kind of so. Inside it's felted as well. Has a nice material.
And I
Nice and
even
thick.
sewed a zipper on it.
Yes, how spiffy is that? And did a very nice job.
Pretty amazing that I sewed a zipper on.
Oh, I remember you were pretty proud. You told me about it. You did a really crazy good job at sewing it in, actually.
It's not bad.
I think it's really nice. For hand sewing on felt, I mean, I bet that was kind of difficult. So you made a couple of these. Was this the first one that you made?
Yes.
And
I've-
most of it is cascade yarn, I'm pretty sure. And some frog tree.
Frog tree, yes, I think so.
You what?
I think it was frog tree. The other one I gave to your sister.
What color was that?
It was more, I would say it has a lot of this kind of a mauve, pinkish color, and I don't remember what other colors are in it.
You just made two.
I tried to felt something else, but I realized I didn't use...
She used acrylic because when I moved to Germany, I left a big tub full of just leftover yarn that I didn't have enough room for. So when she was learning to knit, she could use the yarn that was left over there. And some of the balls weren't labeled, and I think she was just trying to use the little leftover pieces of yarn because it's good for a scrappy project, you know? And so she must have grabbed a couple of acrylic balls and knit them up and then tried to felt it. And
Well,
It's
I use it
hilarious.
as a bowl because it kind of has a bowl shape, so it's just
Oh, I have
like
never seen it, I
a
don't think.
bowl. I have it. It's purple. It's very pretty, but
Oh, really? What do you put in it?
in my closet, just
Is there anything in it?
I don't know what it is.
Yes, you do.
No, I
You
don't.
put underwear in there or something. You do?
I don't.
Why did you say that? It's
I
probably
don't.
her underwear
Probably.
basket.
Sure.
And yeah, so then why did you stop? Why did you stop knitting? So you knit, I remember also in that book there's a cowl that you really liked.
Oh.
And there's still a marker on it. You know, there's still a bookmark in there, something about frogs, an old proverb.
Hmm.
Do you know? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, there's a bookmark that she left in there because I took that book back with me after I came back to Germany, last minute knitted gifts. And there's a cowl in there that you wanted to knit. You even started
I think
it
I
with
started
some
to
yarn.
knit it, and
Mhm.
that I decided I didn't like it enough to keep going.
That's when you decided that you didn't like knitting enough to keep going, or what?
Probably right around that.
Or do you think it was because I took all of the yarn back with me?
Well, that-
Not all of it. There was still.
That probably has something to do with it.
You think?
No.
You guys, I will send my mom back with a skein of yarn and you know those clover needles that I was talking about earlier, and a perfect pair of clover needles. We will. We pick out a little project. Maybe you, Mom, you should start a scarf while you're
I can
here.
start a scarf for next winter.
Yes,
because it
for
will
this
probably
week.
take me until fall to finish
Well, and
it.
my mom will, I guess, be in a little bit of the next podcast and talk about her beginning knitting adventures on her scarf.
Oh, you mean to really start it?
Yeah, we will start it this week. If you'd like, you don't
I
have
can
to.
do that.
Would you want to?
Mhm.
Oh! Isn't that exciting? Okay, so we'll have her on the next episode, and she can talk about her beginning knitting adventures. And I'm excited to see what yarn you pick out. You can pick out
I'll
some
have to
really
think about
spiffy
it.
yarn now. We can
Mm-hmm.
pick out some special yarn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so hey, I also wanted to show you guys this. So my mom brought this from America when she came. She found this little tool in the charity shop, and she thought it looked like something that Elodie can use, and it's perfect. I think this is just a knitting tube, kind of. I think it will be super easy to learn on. I don't even know how to use it, but I will just look up a YouTube video, I think, and let Elodie learn how to use it. I'm sure she can. It looks simple enough. That's what you thought when you saw it, right?
I thought it was something for beginning knitting. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just a tube knitter. That's my guess. If any of you guys have used one, let me know what you think about it. It's definitely something that I will be
Or what is it called?
giving, what it's called, and I'll be, because what do I even search?
Right, how do you YouTube it?
Yeah. We'll be showing Elodie and letting her play with, getting her fingers involved in the fiber and fun stuff like that. I opened up a new one of my Tuft Woolens soaps in the Refresh, and I washed Elodie's shawl with it because she drank some chocolate milk, and it got covered in. I love this. I really, really love this. It got covered in chocolate milk, so I had to wash it, and it's laying outside in the fresh air right now. Drying. It should be about dry by now, so
It is dry.
it is. You looked.
I touched it.
All right. So that's the end of our show. We will both see you guys next week, and I hope that you have a nice week ahead, an enjoyable couple of days. And we will see you next week.
Have a good week.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.